Yeah, he goes out and runs a 29.
All right, everybody, welcome into race number 8 of season 2 of Top Tier Racing Series, H&W Electrical Truck Series, as we are at Nashville Superspeedway here for race, like I said, race number 8. And it is with this race and 2 more left to go to get us set for the playoffs, as it is coming down to the wire. 2 drivers have clinched their way into the field no matter what, especially if they race here. They have already raced enough races. That'll be Dylan Canova and Peyton Howe. Both have locked themselves in. 10 other spots are up for grabs, as you got a couple drivers that are pretty much have almost solidified themselves into the playoffs, but nothing is for certain. I'm talking about Aaron Brown, Latham Joyner, Jacob Wilson, Chris Pierce. You know, those drivers definitely have a good enough cushion to make their way in, but they are not guaranteed. Other drivers that are in the playoffs currently are Adrian Fernandez, Brady Floyd, Nick Raffini, Jake Raven, Kenny Kuko, and Rob Higgs. On the outside looking in, you got JD Van Kirk, Joshua King, who's on screen right now, Justin Waddell, Jim Thorndike, Jeremy Gill are on the outside looking in, currently trying to make their way into it. And the gap between 12th and 13th is 29 points. That is actually quite a margin, but it's still very doable for any of these drivers to get their way in if they have some good weeks and these other drivers struggle a little bit. But like I said, right now only 2 drivers have got themselves into the playoffs thus far. Peyton Howe and Dylan Canova. There's Dylan Canova on track right now. And I do not see Peyton Howe has dropped the quick time of the day and is already sitting in pit road there. He is currently right there, the number 1 driver of Top Tier, as he has won 6 of 7 races thus far this season. He has been on a absolute tear. We got Christian Proctor on screen right now. 20 drivers in the session thus far. 17 have turned a lap. You'll see them scrolling across the top of your screen right there on how far they are from the top time. Currently, Peyton Howe has it. The quick time, he's in pits, followed by his teammate Jacob Wilson. Latham Joyner, Andy Fernandez, and Kenny Kuko, your top 5 quick drivers, as we got about a little over 10 minutes left to go in this practice session. And like I've reiterated before, is that we will take the top 28 qualifiers. Top 15 are locked in. Obviously, if we don't make it to that 28, everybody will be a guaranteed spot in the field. And as of right now, like I said, right now we are up to 22 drivers currently. Got Timothy Presley and Jim Thorndike both on track currently. Presley has missed a few races, sitting 21st in points. A little bit of a long shot to get in, needs a victory to secure his spot. Thorndike sitting 16th in points. Much heavier. He has about 42 points to get into the top 12. He will look like he will need a victory to get in. Got Rob Higgs right here in the 88. He is one driver that is right now, he is the 12th driver, and he is tied with Kenny Kuko for technically 11th spot, and he is ahead of JD Van Kirk by the 29 points right now. He is in, but not guaranteed locked in, and it looks like he is sporting a new paint this week. His pink Ford right here. Not exactly sure what is on his hood. See if we can take a look at that. I cannot tell you what that is. I cannot make it out. My apologies. Getting everything squared away. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Sharing the broadcast in the Discord so everybody could share it with their family and friends. And if you are tuning in, much appreciated here on the Royalty Racing Network. As we got a new driver up to second quick, Latham Joyner. Just as I say that, Adrian Fernandez goes second quick. And it'll be Latham Joyner third. Jake Raven fourth. Jacob Wilson has dropped down now to fifth spot for the quick time. Still 22 trucks here in the lobby currently. Just as I say that, another truck joins. We're up to 23 trucks now. So up to 23 trucks here at Nashville. And I took some laps around this place earlier today. And I gotta say, the trucks have been pretty loose as of late. At least a lot of the other tracks. But the way this setup is, it's actually pretty snug. It's pretty tight. The truck means it just wants to push up the racetrack, doesn't really want to turn, but I think it balances it out. I know I've heard a couple drivers complain about it being a little too tight. Other drivers are finding it very much more drivable, and that they're going to have a little bit better luck hopefully today. I gotta say, I enjoyed it. I turned maybe just about 10 laps or so just to get the feel of it. And I gotta say, should be a great, exciting race. And the thing with Nashville as well is it's a multi-groove track. You can run multiple lanes here at Nashville. You can run the high side, you can run the inside. You got Jim Thorndike getting a little loose right there. You see Marty taking the high side around the track, Jim taking the bottom way around. And that's the nice thing about at least Nashville is that you're going to have these multiple grooves. It looks like these two are battling back and forth, trading positions. But Marty looks like he's heading down in a pit road currently. But you can run multiple lines here. Obviously, the optimal line is going to be on the bottom to preserve your tires. But if you want to be able to get around people, you are able to. Like as I say, that draft he's running here in the middle of the track. And honestly, that's where I found my truck to run the best. And honestly, wasn't really losing too much on the tire wear department. You know, as long as you weren't pushing it too crazily. And I think that's what's going to happen with these trucks today is that they're going to have to be smart, especially if we can get these long green flag runs like we saw last week at Vegas, which was a very entertaining race. We finally had green flag pit stops. And, you know, of course, Payne Howe, of anybody, sets a quick time as Drafty Beef runs it through to the bottom. Switch up to Payne Howe right here, see how he's taking the track. He's running that high side. Your championship leader, winner of 607. Definitely the class of the field, how he brings it right down to the bottom. Just how smooth he is. So watch his hands and how he drives the truck. Smooth getting on the gas, letting the truck just come up. No counter steer at all whatsoever. Very minimal input. And that means with very minimal input like he has, that means that he is not wearing out those tires and grinding up that right front and just chewing it up as he's shutting it down. Let's take a look at a couple other drivers. We got Kenny Kuko here from his onboard. He's 9th quick currently. See how Kenny puts in a little bit more wheel into it? Definitely trying to push the pace a little bit, trying to move himself up. A little counter steer right there, got a little loose off the corner right there. Take a look at JD Van Kirk's on the board. He's running 22nd currently. Rob Higgs just pulls up right in front of him. See how much more wheel JD is putting in comparative to the other two? Means he's fighting his truck. He doesn't seem to have a good handle on it, which is very odd for JD. He's one of usually the top performers, especially in season 1 last year, made the round of 7. But yeah, look how much wheel he's putting into it right there. He's turning that wheel and cranking it hard, and that's going to chew up the right front comparative to some of these other guys like a Dylan Canova right up here. Like, look how little input he puts into the steering wheel. And he's running a quick time. He's running the high line. Got Latham Joyner up in front of him. Practice is winding down. We got about 2 minutes left to go here in practice. Peyton Howe leads the way. Latham Joyner, Rob Higgs, Dylan Canova, Chris Pierce, Adrian Fernandez, Jacob Wilson, Jake Raven, Kenny Kuka, and Jeremy Gill, your top 10. As right now we have 24 trucks in the session. Dylan Canova just going off right there. There's Nick Raffini, Dan Ames right there. The truck behind him looks like it's Marty White. It was good to see Dan Ames complete a race last week. He's always had some technical issues in season 1 at the beginning of season 2, so it was nice to see him able to actually have everything sorted out from what was said in the Discord and everything. He switched from a virtual reality set to just a normal monitor set, and that seems to work. And see, that's the thing, virtual reality, if you can get it to work, it looks amazing, but at times it doesn't. Unfortunately for Dan, and who had it, and now he seems to be good to go. 17 quick up on the board right now, but it was nice to see him out there. Got another truck right here. Another guy we're happy to see out is Anthony Hutchinson in the H&W Electrical Ford truck. Title sponsor of the league. It's nice to see him actually out here running with us. Saw him last at Sonoma. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to make the main event, the actual race itself. But it is great to see him out here. Always a pleasure to have him, especially since he is our title sponsor for this league here in Top Tier. And you know, it's been unfortunate that we haven't seen him as much as we all would have liked to. But it's great when we do have him, and he's out there running right now. Looks like he's having a little fun out there. His practice is coming down to the end. Doing a little bit of getting a little loosey with the truck lights. Got Latham Joyner now practicing. He's up at the top. We got about less than half a minute to go here in this practice session. Right now, 24 trucks. Looks like it's going to be taking the 2 laps to see who gets the Press Gas and Haul Ass Pole Award. Hello, Shane. Shane King right there. He's in our chat. Has a stream up right there. He's in the number 60. As practice has concluded here at Nashville. Peyton Howe, the quick time. Latham Joyner, Rob Higgs Jr., Dylan Canova, and Chris Pierce, your top 5 as we are ready to go for 2 laps here at Nashville. Some trucks getting on track. As we got Drafty Beef, as he is the first one to get on track currently. Ready to set his quick time. 24 trucks have made it so far. I know people can join to the end of qualifying. We'll see if we get maybe a straggler or two, but at the very least, we will have 24 trucks here at Nashville, race number 8 in Season 2 of Top Tier. After this race, only 2 more to go in the regular season, and then we dive into our playoffs. The last 2 races to go is going to be at Phoenix and Michigan. Phoenix is going to be a throwback race next week. That should be a very fun one, as these drivers will be running throwback schemes. Hopefully everybody will be running it. We will have to wait and see, but I know some drivers are already getting prepared for it as Drafty comes off the corner to complete his first lap. He'll set his time at a 30.23 seconds. Just as I say that, Christian Proctor up to the top of the board. Jeremy Gill, Adrian Fernandez at a 29.96 for Proctor. Through 3 and 4 here for Drafty. See if he can improve on his lap time for lap number 2. He will come down. He will not improve his lap time as Peyton Howe goes to the top of the board. Got Shane King on board. Peyton Howe to the top with a 29.87 seconds. Christian Proctor right there, back up right in third as Latham Joyner in third. Proctor in second. Everybody turning in lap times currently. Some have completed it, others have completed. Powell completes his second lap. He will not go quicker, so the quick time is a 29.87. King with his first lap. Shane, that is. He will go 16th quick of 18 that have turned a lap time. Working lap number 2. Marty White up into the 8th spot with a 30.1. Through 3 and 4. Chris Pierce jumps up to 4th spot with a 29.97. King a little loose off the corner, coming down to complete his second lap. Will he improve? Yes, he will. He'll jump up to 12th on the board with a 30.15. Right now, we still got other drivers out there that are turning laps. We got Kenny Kuko coming around 3 and 4 to complete his first lap of 2 as he's coming down. Where will Kenny jump up to? He will jump up to 18th quick. That is actually very surprising. Not what I was expecting from Kenny Kuko right there. 19th quick on the board. Coming around for lap 2. Let's see what he does. Jake Raven at 16th just turned his first lap. Kuko off of 3 and 4 down to the stripe. Will he improve? Yes, he will. 7th quick with a 30.03. Jake Raven coming around to complete his second lap as he will jump up to 3rd quick on the board with a 29.94. The top 5 separated by less than a 10th. Dylan Canova on track for his second lap. He slotted in 20th of coming around to complete his second lap. Aaron Brown jumped in here at the very last minute, so we're up to 25 trucks. Dylan Canova, 15th quick on the board. Again, he is only less than 2/10 behind, but that is how close this field is right now currently. Andy Buescher, Nick Raffini, and Kelly Akron turned in times, but unfortunately it looks like they may have touched the wall. And the thing is, with qualifying here in iRacing, if you touch the wall, Brady Floyd has now joined the session as well. If you touch the wall, unfortunately, your lap time gets disallowed. So if you just scrape it, it counts as an abnormal lap, and unfortunately it does not count. And that's one of the tragic things is Brown. Can he make it back to the line to complete a lap? He has 4 seconds, 2, 1. That will be it. Unfortunately, Aaron Brown will not get a set of lap time, nor will Brady Floyd. Peyton Howe is going to be the top spot right there. He will be your pole sitter. And like I mentioned, Aaron Brown, Brady Floyd both joined late during qualifying. Neither of them got to turn a lap. So unfortunately, they did not. They're going to have to start at the rear of this field as we got now up to 26 trucks here today at Nashville Superspeedway. So it should be good. Right now we have the drivers meeting going on. Take a look at our race info. It's going to be Nashville Superspeedway. It's going to be a track temp is 78 degrees, partly cloudy, 45% humidity, 2-mile-an-hour winds. It should be a great race here today at Nashville. Right now, the drivers' meeting is going on. Like I said, we are in race number 8 of 10 for the regular season, 8 of 15 on the season. After this race, we got 3 left to go. Payne Howell has won 6 of 7. Dylan Canova has won the other one. Those two are locked in. Looks like some trucks are headed out on track for not sure exactly the reason. Probably drivers meeting's over, getting a couple laps extra in on practice. We'll just have the blimp up here showing everybody as they are probably going to fast forward. Yes, they did. Moving on to the next session, and everybody is going to be grading up here very shortly. And there we go. Everybody is starting to grid up here for 113 laps here at as we have Peyton Howe on pole position, Christian Proctor in second, Jake Raven will be your third place starter, Latham Joyner in fourth, Chris Pierce in fifth, Jacob Wilson in sixth, Adrian Fernandez in 7th, Kenny Kupko in 8th, Rob Higgs in 9th, and Jeremy Gill in 4th. Marty White will roll off 11th today, Timothy Presley in 12th, Jim Thorndike in 13th, Shane King in 14th, Dylan Canova in 15th, Joshua King in 16th. JD Van Kirk in 17th. Drafty Beef will roll off in the 18th starting spot. In 19th is Justin Waddell. In 20th is Anthony Hutchinson. 21st is Dan Ames, the last driver to cook a lap time. Got Aaron Brown in 22nd. Brady Floyd in 23rd. Nick Raffini was on track for qualifying, but unfortunately, again, like I said, do a little bit. He will roll off 23rd. 25th will be Kelly Akron. And Andy Buser will be in 26th position. We got Anthony Hutchinson on pit lane. Not exactly sure why he's not out there, unfortunately. But there is your pole sitter right there. Trucks should be making their way around the corner as we're going to go 113 laps here at Nashville Superspeedway. Buckle up, get ready to go. Hopefully we'll have it. A good race here. Flagman has it. Pace car pulling off. Peyton Howe's going to be leading them down to the Geico restart zone.
Green flag.
And green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Nashville. Peyton Howe lead him off. He'll clear everybody as they head into one. Everybody else making their way through the corner. Peyton Howe jumps out to the early lead. Latham Joyner behind him. Got Jacob Wilson, Christian Proctor side by side. Kenny Kupko getting under attack from Jake Raven as they work their way off of 3 and 4. Everybody giving each other plenty of room. Ooh, a little bit of contact right there in the back. We saw it. Marty White goes around.
Yellow.
Multiple trucks involved. Marty White was around as he got spun. Let's play it back here for you. As they're coming off the corner, Marty just looks like he came down on Aaron Brown. Brown sideways, nowhere for him to go. JD Van Kirk goes around, he taps the wall. Justin Waddell's involved. Dan Ames involved. Brady Floyd just stops right there on track to avoid everything. But it just looks like Marty White just came down on Aaron Brown right there. Let's take another look here. Let's switch it up to... Go right here. And coming off the 3 and 4. Oh, Marty gets a little loose. Yeah, and he just kind of came down in front of Aaron, and Aaron touched the grass, and around they went. Just taps the wall a little bit, and Justin's involved, and unfortunately multiple other trucks were involved in that one. First caution out of the day as we are 1 lap into this race. But yes, unfortunately, just like saying, Marty came across the nose of Aaron, and around he went, collecting up a bunch of other trucks that were innocent bystanders in it. Couple trucks on pit road. Adrian Fernandez is on pit road. Justin Waddell, Aaron Brown, Brady Floyd. I'm making a little bit of adjustments here. Anthony Hutchinson is out on track, which is good. Shane King only went about 3/4 of a lap, and he has not been out there since. Not exactly sure what is going on there. Hopefully everything is alright. Got Timothy Presley fan out there right now. He's up 1 spot, running at 11th. Again, we rarely went 1 lap, but good start. Positive so far. Up 1 spot for Timothy right there. Got some big movers already. Kelly Akron's up 7 spots. Andy Buescher is up 16. Again, very early. Nick Raffini's up 9, as those 3 were out there. Just could not couldn't lay a clean lap. Got into the wall. Been there before. Done that. So far, so good for them. They're already up a few spots. Biggest loser so far, unfortunately, Jake Raven. He's lost 3 since the drop of the green flag. Nothing too crazy yet. But again, we've only had 1 green flag lap in, and the caution was brought out. As everybody's back on track, looks like Justin Waddell is in there. It doesn't look like he used his fast repair, and nor does Aaron. Not sure why Brady took a pit stop, and Adrian Fernandez came in too. May have gotten in the wall a little bit on the 1 lap we may have not seen. And then, like I reiterated, Shane King, he completed about a 1/3 of a lap, and he is not back out on track. So, again, hopefully everything is okay, and he is out of the truck, and his day is over. As they should be getting around to get the 1 to go signal. Get back here under the green flag. Hope everybody's day is well. Thank you again tuning into the Royalty Racing Network. If you have a specific driver you want me to highlight, put on the broadcast, talk about, I'm more than happy to do so. Just go ahead and leave a comment in the chat when we go back green. I'll definitely give them a shout out and a highlight, or a spotlight, I should say. So we got the 1 to go. field working their way through 3 and 4. As we are going to be coming back to the green flag. Looks like we got Shane King back, so that's good right there. Catching back up to the field. Pace car is off. Payne Howe, and the green flag is back underway. Payne Howe with an amazing jump over Latham Joyner, as he will lead them all into turn 1. What a jump out. 3 truck length lead. Moving a little bit farther back. Everybody single filed out. Jake Raven getting looked at by Chris Pierce right there for the 6th position. Everybody kind of single filing out right here. A little bit battles going a little bit further back. In the field, Nick Raffini underneath. Kelly Akron, Aaron Brown looking underneath as well. Pretty much the rest of the field up front has gone single file for the time being. Aaron Brown, Brady Floyd, Adrian Fernandez all pitted under this last caution, as well as JD Van Kirk and Justin Waddell to fix some damage. Battle going on for the 16th position between Kelly and Nick. Nick will grab the spot. Aaron Brown working underneath Kelly. Kelly right in that high line as they make their way down the back straightaway. Back up front is still Payne Howe, Latham Joyner, Jacob Bush, and Christian Proctor. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jim Thorndike in the wall. Ooh, evasive maneuver by everybody. Drafty Beef gets in the back of him. Drafty Beef gets in the back of Jim Thorndike. No caution at all. One car looks like they're spinning right there, and it has come out again. Thorndike bounces off the wall and in front of Drafty. Let's see what happened here in the back. As you see it up there, he gets in front of him. One car sideways. That was Nick Raffini. And it tangles up Adrian Fernandez. Marty White looks like he gets involved. JD Van Kirk, and there comes Justin Waddell spinning in there as well. Tough race so far for some of these drivers. Tough for JD Van Kirk, Justin Waddell, Marty White. They are not having good days thus far, as a caution has come back out again here for the 2nd time today. Yes, thankfully there is a lot of recognizable names in this field so far. We've got a good group of guys here, good core that are out here racing and driving around. Not exactly sure what happened to Jim for him to get in the wall. Let's see if we can go back and... Okay, let's see if we can rewind a little bit and see what happened to Jim for him to get in the wall. Because that's what kind of started all this, was a chain reaction. I don't know exactly what happened to Jim. He just went straight up and just got into the wall, and obviously there's nowhere for Drafty to go. It gets in the back of him, and then everything behind him, it just everybody went around. So not exactly sure what happened to Jim there. Let's see if we could pull him in. Hey Jim, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alright, buddy, what happened right there? It just looks like you just got into the wall.
Oh, just going down straightaway, and all of a sudden it just shot. My steering wheel shot to the right. I have no idea. Just something must have went awry on my steering wheel. Hopefully it'll be okay for the rest of the race.
Yeah, that was very odd. Like I said, there was nobody around you, and you just shot straight right. So yeah, I was just curious on what happened. Yeah, hopefully everything will be alright, yeah.
Yeah, I had to use my quick repair, so now I got to be cautious now.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. And then Obviously came down in front of Drafty. Drafty had nowhere to go, and then everybody else just stacked up behind you to bring out this second caution. But yeah, I was just curious to see what had happened to you on that incident right there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know if maybe I need to update my firmware in my steering wheel or something. I don't know. But I feel bad for all the people that got involved in that. And hopefully I'll be able to fix it after the race.
Oh, definitely. Well, hopefully it stays good and everything is fine for the rest of this one. Good luck the rest of the way, and be cautious, and I'm sure we'll see you back up in the front.
Yes, sir. That's my plan.
All right. Thanks, sir. That was Jim Thorndike right there, driver the number 59 machine. Having those little bit of weird technical issues as to why. Like I said, it was odd that he just went straight up, and looks like it was just his steering wheel just giving out on him. That is an oddity, but again, that's what happens with electronic devices. A lot of working parts to make these things go, and I know it's not like an actual, stock car, stock truck, race truck, everything like that, but I mean, you still got a lot of working components with some of these setups. I mean, you got your computer, you got your steering wheel, your pedals, you got seats that, I don't want to say vibrate, but they bounce around and stuff with the way the track is. So if it's bumpy or if you got off-road, it'll bounce around, and these computers, they'll have multiple monitors. They'll have one for seeing Discord and stuff, and then 3 monitors for your display for this, some elaborate setups, and everybody has a different thing. So again, it's a lot of working parts for this iRacing. It's just not something where it's a simple plug in one monitor and go. You're gonna have multiple monitors, and everybody has different setups. Like, I currently am on a laptop. That's what I race on. That's what I'm broadcasting on. But I have an external monitor that I use, so I can have the different programs up that I use to broadcast and use while I'm racing as well. So it's a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving things, and some of these setups are very, very elaborate that these guys have, and unfortunately, stuff is going to happen. Stuff's going to go awry, and unfortunately, that's what happened to Jim right there. Is that the steering wheel just decided to act up? Hopefully, it's just the one and done. As we're about ready to go back here under the green flag, pace car pulling off. Payne Howell leading them down here again for the restart in the Geico restart zone.
Green, green, green.
And green flag is out, and he gets a great jump. Jacob Wilson right on his tail. That's no shock there. Both of those two are teammates. I guarantee you in Discord they were both timing it, and he was letting Jacob know when he was going to go. And sure enough, he got clear of Latham Joyner. As it's Payne Howell, Jacob Wilson, Latham Joyner, your 1, 2, and 3. Battle going on the back. Proctor all over Kenny Kuko as they head into 3 and 4. Battling for that 4th position. Proctor looking underneath Kuko. Got Dylan Canova looking underneath Jake Raven for the 6th position. Canova, who didn't have a strong qualifying run, qualified back in 15th. He's up to 6th currently. He's been able to pick him off as we've completed 15 of 113 laps with the 2 cautions in there. But he has been slowly working his way up on these restarts. And that's the thing, Dylan Canova has not qualified that well in some of these races, but he is one of the quicker drivers as he has worked his way up already to the 6th position. He's the only other driver in this league that's gotten a win, and he has locked himself into the playoffs. Looks like Aaron Brown's coming off of pit road right now, putting himself 1 lap down. Not something we're used to seeing. He's running side by side with Latham Joyner right there. He's probably going to try on lapping himself. And that's the thing, this is where we're used to seeing Aaron Brown, but right now he is back in the 25th position. It is currently not for position, as Latham Joyner did get around Jacob Wilson for that 2nd position. Everybody single filing out right there. A little bit battles in the back over here. Got Timothy Presley. Oh, that is Andy Buser, I'm sorry. Kelly Akron goes around and right in front of JD Van Kirk. Nowhere for Van Kirk to go. It has been a struggle bust here today for... Oh, that was the wrong one that we went back to there, folks. Let's go back right here. JD Van Kirk has been 3 cautions. Kelly looks like he just got loose, and there is nowhere for JD to go. It has been a day thus far for JD Van Kirk. Let's see if we can get him. JD, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. 3 cautions. You've been involved in all 3 of them. Definitely not the start you were wanting today.
Very much not. We'll see what happens, though. I'm just gotta burn my fast repair way earlier than I wanted to.
Are you burning it right now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was just about to ask you. That's my follow-up question. If you have already used it, or if this is the time right now.
No, this is getting used right now. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Jim just used his previous one, so now both of you guys are gonna have to be careful for the rest of this race. But already 3 cautions in this race. I mean, what's going on out there? Do you know?
Chaos, I think is the name of the game tonight.
Chaos again.
Oh, 100%.
Well, unfortunately for Jim, the thing that happened with him was that his steering wheel just went out and it just hooked straight right. So hopefully that's just an anomaly. But yeah, the first 2 were just... So,
it's not fun, that's for sure.
no, it's not fun for one of these races being involved in them any which way, whether it be you guys driving or the broadcaster. Don't get to see any of the great racing that we know this league will put on. But hopefully for you, it's hopefully the 1, there's less cautions, and 2, hopefully you do not keep getting caught up in them, my friend.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Yeah, fine.
All right, man, but good luck the rest of the way, and appreciate your time.
I appreciate it.
That was JD Van Kirk right there. Fortunately, 3 cautions. He has been involved in all 3 of them. Got Drafty Beef on pit road, getting some of his damage repaired, not using his fast repair as he's using the time to get it all squared away. Aaron Brown back up on the lead lap as he got the pass through. Got Shane King. He's back on track, unfortunately, about 3 laps down. But as far as the cautions keep on, it looks like he may be able to get back on the lead lap pretty soon. Kelly ducks down in the pit road to get some work done. It looks like Aaron Brown's back on pit road to get more work done in his truck. And back up in the front, Peyton Howe, Latham Joyner, Jacob Wilson. We have said that numerous times this season, and it looks like a lot of these guys are ready to go. They're already 2 by 2. And what we mean by what JD was mentioning and what I mentioned too was that hopefully we're not going to have more of previous races earlier this year where we get 20 plus cautions. We want to see green flag racing. You know, obviously viewers want to see green flag racing, and the drivers obviously want to race under the ring. We do not like this pace car stuff. Gives us a little bit of chance to talk about next week at Phoenix. It's going to be the Throwback 150 presented by Kukoi Motorsports. That is a race that Kenny has sponsored, so the winner will get a little bit of cash there, and then more money got put into it for the champion as well as the top 3. But like I said, it is the Throwback 150, and hopefully, like I've mentioned previously, a lot of these drivers will run some throwback schemes. I have already seen some of these throwback schemes that some of these guys have prepared so far. Hopefully we'll get more, but it's gonna look like it's gonna turn out to be a pretty good one coming up next week at Phoenix. And that should be an interesting one too, because we got the open dog leg down there, so everybody will be diving down on there, especially on the restart. We'll probably see 3, 4, maybe even 5 wide, and that'll be some very much entertainment. But hopefully everybody will keep it clean as we have the 1 to go signal in the air. Trucks are making their way down the backstretch currently. Watch the inside line of... Here, actually, we'll just go ahead and zoom in on these two. Peyton Howe, Jacob Wilson. Watch the bottom two. They're probably going to both get a great restart right here.
Green flag.
And actually, no, Jacob did not get a good restart with his teammate. Latham Joyner is going to be able to keep it. And Kenny Kuko looks like he's going to be able to clear Jacob Wilson as well. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication, or it looks like Jacob spun the tires, may have spun him just a little bit, as he's going to drop to the 4th position as Kenny will move up into the 3rd spot. Christian Proctor and Dylan Canova battling side by side for the 5th position. Jake Raymond looking on the outside of Christian Proctor right there for that position. Everybody kind of seem to do. Go filing it out a little bit. Aaron Brown starting to make his way up through the field, as you see that in the back right there. Presley looking underneath Pierce for that 8th position. Looking down low in that 01 truck. Pierce gets the good run off the corner. Presley will just fall in line right there. Jeremy Gill right behind him. Andy Buser, Joshua King right there. Presley moves up to the high side trying to get the run off, as here comes Jeremy Gill looking underneath. Nope, slot in right behind him. A little bit farther up. Looks like Jake Raven trying to make a move on Christian Proctor for that 6th position. We'll get to the inside as they work their way down the back straightaway. It's underneath, slides up just a little bit right there. Getting that position right there. Jake Raven moves up into the 6th spot. Now Proctor's under attack from Chris Pierce. Pierce looking underneath him for the 7th position. Nice single file out. Presley under attack from Jeremy Gill right there for the 9th position. It's still odd to see Jeremy in a white truck. I'm always used to him in that black truck. Throws me off a little bit right there. Woo! Truck's going down right there. Anthony Hutchison and Adrian Fernandez both get loose off of 2 right there. Both were able to save it. Some good driving by both of those guys right there. Rob Higgs working his way back up to the front. We got right behind him. You got Dan Ames, Aaron Brown, Brady Floyd, both of them. They're trying to work their way back up through the field as they'll take it 3 wide off of 2 right there. 3 wide down the back stretch. They go. Brown, Floyd, Ames. Floyd bails out of it. Just let it be Brown and Ames. Brown clears him. Floyd looks like he's going to try following suit. Got Jim Thorndike and JD Van Kirk. Both those trucks have used their faster pairs so far. Both of them just being a little cautious. I'm pretty sure Justin Waddell had to use his after the 2nd caution when he backed up into the fence, unfortunately. And Floyd will make the pass on Ames right there for position. They're working their way up. JD Van Kirk right behind him, getting around Thorndike and looking under Ames as well. Thorndike looking to follow suit. Battle up a little bit farther between Joshua King, Andy Buser, Adrian Fernandez. King gets around Buster. Fernandez looks like he's going to follow suit as well. King looking underneath Presley for that 10th position. Nope, can't get there. Adrian Fernandez. Here he comes off of 3 and 4 to look underneath Joshua King. Thing is that Higgs and Fernandez have taken newer tires than Joshua and Andy, so that's why they're cutting their way through the field. Same with Aaron Brown and Brady Floyd as well. Fernandez can get the job done, as it looks like Joshua is going to look under Timothy Presley once again. Right on the back bumper is Fernandez. Can't finish either. They take Andy Buser 3 wide with Brady Floyd and Aaron Brown. These guys are coming up through the field. Real long race right there, net code, and the yellow is out. Not exactly sure why that was a yellow. It was just a half truck spin, nothing too crazy. Not exactly sure as to why the yellow was brought out on that one. Yeah, it was just a little half spin right there. Nothing too crazy. We saw it right there and everybody blinked, so unfortunately we won't be able to look back at it. But again, it was just a little bit of a net code right there and half spin by Higgs, and caution's out again for the 4th time today. Let's see if anybody takes advantage of this caution. Jump down pit road. Al, your leader, Joyner, Kuko, Wilson, Canova. And it looks like they will. They will head down pit road here. Whoop. A little bit of a trying to get as much advantage as you can on pit road. You got Hal coming in. Looks like everybody's on pit road. Brady Floyd stays out. Rob Higgs, who had that little half slide, stays out. JD Van Kirk's out. Drafty Beef is staying out as well, but everybody else has come down pit road. It looks like 5 trucks have stayed out. 6. It'll be 6 trucks that have stayed out. Brady Floyd, JD Van Kirk, Rob Higgs, Drafty Beef, Marty White, and Kelly Akron are going to be your 6 that have stayed out. All of them have been caught up in one thing or another, so all of them have made a pit stop prior to this. And here we go, the race off of pit road. It will be Brian Howe, Latham Joyner, Dylan Canova, Jake Raven, Proctor, Pierce, Presley, Fernandez, King, Gill lost to some spots on pit road right there, unfortunately. Aaron Brown, Andy Buster, everybody else coming off of pit road right there. Shane King gets the free pass now. He's only 2 laps down from the 3 from what happened earlier. Not exactly sure what happened to him earlier, but as yes, everybody is staying out that has already pitted. So it is Brady Floyd, JD Van Kirk, Rob Higgs, Drafty Beef, Marty White, and Kelly Akron, your top 6 that have stayed out on the raceway. Possible problems for Joshua King as he got to the back. Possible speeding on pit road for King, unfortunately. Looks like that may have happened to him as he was not this far back getting off of pit road, but a speeding penalty will drop him to the rear. That is not the luck that Joshua has wanted. And that's the luck he's been having these past couple weeks here in top tier, unfortunately. But still plenty of racing to go. He can work his way back up as he's running around the 10th position. So definitely still has a good shot. And let's see what happens here on the restart. 6 trucks stayed out. Everybody else came down pit road, got 4 fresh tires. We shall see what happens. Working off of 3 and 4 here. Pace car is going to pull off. And we are going to be put back under the green flag. Get to the Geico restart zone. Brady Floyd
Green.
sends them on their way. Gets a great jump over everybody else. As he would. And it is chaos in the back. Just absolute chaos. What happened here? Let's just replay this. That top line did not get going at all. We'll go ahead on Jake Raven's car. Let's go ahead and do the far chase and rewind it. And green flag is out. Looks like he may have missed a shift. Everybody bumps and around everybody goes. Jim Thorndike's involved. Jake Raven was involved. And just chaos from everybody. That is unfortunate. And that is going to hurt everybody. And that is definitely not what you want to see happen. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk to the driver of this number 37 machine. Let's get him in. Hey Jake, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I hear you.
All right, buddy. Looks like somebody didn't get going on that start.
I have no idea what happened. All I know is we were going, and then I had to check up a little bit, and whoever was behind me didn't check up, and he just totally took me out, and then the back half of the field along with it.
Yeah, it was the 6th place truck. I don't know if they missed a shift, spun their tires or what, but did not get going and stacked you all up.
I was unfortunately the main casualty of that one, it seemed.
Yeah, you definitely were. You and Proctor got pretty heavy, significant damage there, but yeah. I just wanted to see what you saw from your point of view, and obviously I don't think there was really anything you could have done to avoid it.
No, we were going. I saw him slow up, so I lifted, and the reaction time wasn't the same behind me.
Gotcha. What is anybody saying on the over chat right now?
It's pretty quiet, honestly, not too much.
Oh, that's good. That's good there. But are you going to use your fast repair or just try to beat it out for the time being?
I have to. I have tire and engine damage, so I got to use it, unfortunately.
Oof, definitely not, man. There's a lot of you guys that have already started using it. We're not even halfway.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but unfortunately, when the front half of the field doesn't pit, it kind of makes things a little awkward on restarts then. Yeah,
that's one thing I was kind of worried about, too, with the top 6 not pinning, and obviously right there it showed, you know, like I said, the 6th place truck. I don't know if he spun his tires, missed a shift or what, but that's what stacked everybody up. But hopefully get yourself repaired, get you back out there, and you're running up in the top 10, so it looks like you were in for a solid run.
Yep, was feeling good. Gonna get that done now.
There you go, man. All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That was Jake Raven right there. Unfortunately, caught up in the previous wreck right there. Takes his fast repair, and he is gone. Back up front, Brady Floyd, JD Van Kirk, Rob Higgs, Drafty, Marty, and Peyton Howe. It is unfortunate everybody got caught up in that. I think there's one driver that actually got away with anything. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Joshua, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Looks like you avoided that wreck. That just happened on that
Yeah.
restart.
I did.
Was that because you got a speeding penalty on the previous pit stop, sir?
No, not speeding. Just an unsafe pit exit. So
Okay.
I crossed onto the track a little bit early. I called it right when I did it. I was like, uh-oh, that's going to be end of line. And sure enough, then it threw it on me. So fortunate for us, that's probably one of the only times luck has went our way this season. We came out of the pits after that last caution 15th, and now we're back up in the 16th, so basically right where we were.
Yeah, about to say, you missed all that chaos in front of you, so I thought maybe it was a speeding, but either way, like you said, luck, that little luck right there turned in your favor. So good luck the rest of the way, and I was just curious to see what had happened there.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it, man.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks.
That was Joshua King, who caught some luck right there by getting a penalty. You know, something that you normally don't hear. He was a little happy to catch that penalty and avoid what had happened. So it worked out in his favor, as we are going to go back under the green flag once again after our 5th caution of the day. Trucks all blinking right there, which is oddly enough, the one truck that didn't blink was Kenny Kuko. Okay, Brady Floyd leading him to the Geico restart zone, and the green flag is back in the air. A little bit of chaos, everybody's splitting right there. And taking it 3 wide right there, everybody shuffles it down into 2. There's like 4 wide back there in the back of the pack. Trucks are making their moves and stuff. Whoa, Christian Proctor goes around. What a save by Christian Proctor. Nice save off of 3-4. Yes, he lost all the momentum and everything, but he saved that truck and he's able to continue. Great save by him. Back up in the front, it is Brady Floyd leading the way. Drafty Beef in 3rd. Peyton House 2nd. Rob Higgs looking to try to get around the number 2. As both those trucks pitted or stayed out on that last caution. Here comes Canova, Joyner, and Kuko looking underneath Higgs as he's lost 2 spots right there. Possibly about ready to lose 3, all within a turn and a straightaway. As he gets going right there, looks like that is Adrian Fernandez coming off of pit road. Yes, he is. He probably had some work done. Used his fast repair early and now is back up on the circuit to try to get some points. Again, you got to run it to the end with these, you know, especially nobody's really locked into the playoffs. The only 2 trucks is Dylan and Peyton Howe, of course. So you got to do what you can to be out there and get as many points as you can. And speaking of Peyton Howe, he is going for the lead. No, cannot get it done. Brady Floyd still will have the advantage. Drafty Beef sliding backwards a little bit. Lost spot to Canova and Joyner. And is under attack from Kenny Kuko. Those 2 are admins for this league. They both run it, along with JD Van Kirk, who has not had a good race, but he's back up right there in the 9th position. But unfortunately, he has used his fast repair, and that is definitely something he did not want to use. But looks like everything has worked out, and he's solidly up in the top 10 currently. And right now, just trying to have a clean rest of the race, as well as the rest of these drivers are. These 2 battling side by side as we have watched this battle, and as that happened, Peyton Howe back up to the point. How we have said that before many times this season. Peyton Howe to the top spot with 48 of 113 laps completed. Howe, Floyd 1 and 2. A little bit farther back, you got Jacob Wilson looking underneath. Whoa, Joshua King looking real far down under the 243 of Adrian Fernandez, trying to get around him. Fernandez is laps down. And he is 1 lap down. Looks like we have 2 trucks that have retired from this race. Aaron Brown and Anthony Hutchinson. Both looks like they have retired from the race so far. Yeah, Buser, Pierce, and King right there. They're all battling for the 11th position. A little bit farther back, you got Dan Ames and Marty White battling for position back here in the 18th position. Justin Waddell right behind him. Shane King as well. Shane King is still multiple laps down, only 2, nothing too crazy. Back up to the front. Got Wilson looking underneath, drafty for position. Battle right behind him as you got Van Kirk and Pierce side by side. Not too far behind them, you got King and Raffini side by side. You got Buser looking under Van Kirk for position. Highlight Andy Buser for a second. He is part of Royalty Motorsports, and the thing with him is he's actually got on iRacing as mainly as a dirt guy, and that's what he joined Royalty Motorsports as a dirt driver. Came out one time with one of our hosted practice sessions to drive a truck, had a great time. Was like, hey, can I race in top tier? Sure enough, you know, obviously Adam and everything, and here he is, he's running, you know, he's had some great runs, running in the top 10 and stuff. Not really particularly too much experience in the ovals, you know, any of the stock cars or trucks or anything, so mainly a dirt guy, but he seems to always find his way up into the top 10, you know, top 12 at the very least. Right now running in the 14th spot, but obviously everybody's battling for position. But I just wanted to give him a little shout out for mainly being a dirt guy and coming over here in the trucks and running really well. Presley is in 14th right here. He is in the battle right now with JD Van Kirk. He's on the outside of him. Fortunately for Presley, he's been was caught up in that massive wreck on that restart not too long ago, as he's now trying to work his way back up through the field. Prior to that, he was running in the top 10, having a great run for himself. But again, as it seems like a lot of these trucks today have been caught up in a thing or two, you know, wreck here, wreck there. You know, both Jim and JD that are right around him. Jake Raven, that's not too far in front of him. They've all had their issues. Joshua King had a pit lane violation. So, I mean, all these trucks are trying to work their way back up to the front. But now Timothy Presley's had a good run today up until, you know, the last restart or previous restart to that one where he got caught up in that, where one truck just didn't get going and everybody else got caught out. Let's take you to the field right now as we are working lap 57 of 113. Peyton Howe, your leader. Any other spot for him is an oddity for him. Latham Joyner in second. Dylan Canova in third. Again, these two are no strangers to the top 3, as these 3 have been used pretty much the class of the field with Aaron Brown, who I believe is out of this race, unfortunately. Got Kenny Kuko right now just making a pass for the 4th position over Brady Floyd. Brady had some pit strategy to put him back up to the front as he missed qualifying earlier. But he's running in the 5th position, your season 1 champ of top tier. Has had a decent year so far, nothing too crazy, some top 10s, but not where we're used to seeing him. He's usually out there getting the wins, so hopefully things will turn around for him. We got Jacob Wilson in 6th position. Chris Pierce is running in 7th right now. Drafty Beef up 10 spots from his turning spot in the 8th spot. Under attack right now from Jeremy Gill, who's running in the 9th position. Rob Higgs is running in 10th. He'll round out your top 10 for the race so far. Jake Raven bounced back after that previous wreck and incident. He's up to the 11th spot. Nice recovery for him so far. Nick Ruffini up to 12th after starting 24th. Again, he's one of the drivers that did turn his laps, but unfortunately got into the wall, and it caused his laps to not be counted, which, you know, unfortunate, but it's part of iRacing. Jim Thorndike runs in 13th spot after getting caught up in an earlier incident where his steering wheel went out and he hit the wall, causing the chain events, causing a wreck, bringing out our second caution. JD Van Kirk, nice recovery, running in 14th spot, who was involved in the first 3 cautions, so right now keeping his nose clean, running in 14th. Not too bad. Joshua King running in 15th position here. That has had a little bit of up and down day. Same with Andy Buser, who's running in 16th. Started in the back, worked his way up front. Actually started last, worked his way up to about the top 10, and then now he's back to running in 16th spot, trying to hang on here. Justin Waddell, who was caught up in an earlier wreck, had to use his fast repair. He's up to the 17th spot. Nice recovery from him. Timothy Presley's been sliding down the leaderboard, unfortunately. Probably has an ill-handling truck. Hopefully on the next pit stop he will get that squared away, running in 18th. Dan Ames in 19th, running up that high line against the wall. Christian Proctor in the top 20, he's running 20th. Had that nice save off of 3 and 4 and has been trying to recover ever since. Marty Wright running 21st. Kelly Akron, who brought out earlier caution by spinning in front of JD Van Kirk, unfortunately, but he's running in 22nd. With Payne Howe right behind him to put him 1 lap down. Adrian Fernandez running in 23rd, been involved in multiple incidents and having to repair his truck. He's 1 lap down, so not too bad for him. Got Shane King running in 24th, had earlier issues where he completed about 3/4 of the lap. Was out for a few laps and then came back, and he is right now currently 2 laps down and trying to get back on the lead lap, but he's out there turning laps, and it's always good to see. 2 trucks out of the race. Anthony Hutchinson, unfortunately, our title sponsor of H&W Electrical, and Aaron Brown in 26. He is out of this race as well. That's another unfortunate one. He's usually a front runner, but those 2 are the only 2 trucks out of this race, as everybody else is out here, and that is your run down through the field. Payne Howe leading the way. He put down Kelly Akron 1 lap down.
The yellow flag is out.
And the yellow flag is out. And let's see what brought out this caution. It looks like, oh, Joshua King right in front of Andy. That is definitely not what you want to see, teammates getting involved with each other. Let's see what happened. Was it a net code or was it just Josh just came up the hill and right in front of Andy. Andy had nowhere to go. And around he went. There's Justin Waddell sliding, but saves it. Nice save by him. As we are under caution once again. Joshua King bringing down his truck. And he gets his truck all fixed up, squared away, and he'll get back out there on the circuit. As it looks like everybody else will be coming down pit road here for some pit stops. Could be the last ones of the night. Payne Howe will lead him down. Everybody else, only 1 truck is staying out. Dan Ames is staying out. Maybe just to get that point bonus for leading a lap. I don't blame him. Here comes everybody off of pit road. It is going to be Peyton Howe getting the jump on everybody. Latham Joyner, Dylan Canova, Kenny Kuko, Brady Floyd, Chris Pierce, Jacob Wilson, Jake Raven, Gil, Raffini, Higgs, Beef, Thorndike, Buser, Proctor, Van Kirk, Waddell, and Presley will be the off pit road. Here comes another truck. Looks like that's going to be a Marty White for you. And Dan Ames is your leader currently. Did he just want to get those 5 points for leading a lap? It looks like he did, or I should, excuse me, 5 points as NASCAR's old system. 1 point for leading a lap, and he will dump down on a pit road right there, and everybody else will go around him. Looks like Adrian Fernandez and Joshua King are both going to take the wave around here, as it will put both those trucks back on the lead lap. So no harm, no foul for Joshua King right there, as he's going to get back on the lead lap. Unfortunately, he uses fast repair, but he's on the lead lap, fresh tires, and we'll see what he can do if he can work his way up through the field. Unfortunately for him, as him and Andy got together. And let's go ahead and see if we can talk to Andy right now. Andy, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going?
Not too bad, man. What happened there?
Yeah, me and Josh we were driving trying to pass that one car, and he didn't realize I was up high, and he just tried to cut it behind that car and caught me.
Gotcha, that's what it looked like right there. Any damage to your truck? Do you have to use your fast repair?
Yeah, there was like 20 seconds of damage. I didn't think it was enough to use fast repair. I think I'll be all good.
Oh, that's good at least. Seems like you've had an up and down day. Had to start in the back, worked your way up nearly to top 10, and then started sliding back. I mean, how's your day been for you?
It's been okay. Not really fond of this track. The car's really tight right now. Hopefully it'll loosen out.
I'm about to say that's what some people have said, is it's not their favorite, not fun. I don't know. I like this track. I enjoy driving it, so I don't. But maybe it's the setup. Maybe I like the truck a little snugger than the rest of you guys. So, but hopefully you get it worked on, and hopefully you can get back up to the top 10 and maybe a top 5.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be an ideal day.
All right, man.
Thank you very much.
Good luck the rest of the way, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Andy Buser right there trying to get to the top 10. We got the one to go on the pace truck. And how your leader, his teammate Dylan Canova right behind him. Let's see if they do what him and Wilson were doing the last time, if they're going to count him down and both trying to get a good jump to try to get Canova around Joyner here on the start. Pace car pulls off, heading down to the green flag. And the green flag is back out in the air. It looks like they did it. Oh, around they go, round. Not the start. What? Oh, man. Okay. What happened here? What the heck? Okay, let's see what happened here. This is far chases. Let's go here. Oh, he tried to jump it, spun his tires, and around everybody went. Canova gets tagged in it, and around they go. Oh, man, that is unfortunate. And it looks like we got multiple cars. What is going on here? What just happened? Okay, so there's the pace car. Okay. Looks like they overshot the pace car there. That's I have no idea exactly what had happened there. Very interesting on what's going on here. Not exactly sure what's going on. Let's see if we can pull Dylan Canova in for this. Hey Dylan, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, what happened from your point of view on that restart?
I think me and Peyton got a really good launch on the bottom. I don't know if Latham spun the tires or I came up. I thought it was down there. I'm not sure. All I know is that we got going and then all of a sudden I was facing the outside wall.
Yeah, it was what it looked like had happened was it looked like Latham was trying to get a good jump. Overshot it, had a break, and the green flag went underway, and Kenny got in the back of him, which then spun him into you and caused a whole mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of late race restarts. I know we still have almost 40 laps to go, but really, you get those chances to restart, and Peyton was kind of checked out there. You gotta make the most of it. So I get it from a racing deal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They can get.
For sure. It's just been one of those races where we've gotten a couple green flag laps in, some runs in, but, it's been one of those races where I think this is our 7th caution of the day, so.
Yeah, we've had some weird cautions. I know Thorndike had an issue early in the race, kind of lost the wheel and just kind of went right. We've had some kind of weird cautions like that, and sometimes you have that.
Yeah, exactly. Got the two start restart ones, and then you got the one that was just, Thorndike with his issue. But hopefully we can get it squared away, get good 50 laps in or 40 laps in for the fans out there watching and tuning in. And you think you're going to be able to work your way back up to the front?
We're going to try. I mean, I think we went from 15th to about 6th on that initial 15, 20 lap run. So I think we got a shot. Paint's helped me out a lot getting around this racetrack, so we'll see. Just kind of got to stay out of trouble now, so see how it goes.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the way, sir.
Thank you.
That was Dylan Canova, driver of the 70. Let's check a look. See, we have a 1 to go signal here. If it isn't, I believe it is. It is 1 to go here, so we're going to get them all racked up, ready to go. Working a lap 73. Kenny Kuko's on the pits. Looks like he's been in the pits for quite some time. And he has gone 2 laps down, unfortunately. I wonder if he did not check his fast repair and had to do all the optional or all the required repair, and it cost him his 2 laps. Unfortunately for Kenny, he was having a great race. Drops him down to the 24th, 2 laps down. But right side is unfortunately there's Shane King ahead of him. So we're going to be coming to the restart. Hopefully, like I said, we can get these last 40 laps in under green for everybody tuning in. Want to thank everybody again for tuning in to the Royalty Racing Network for some top tier coverage here at Nashville. And the green flag is back on the way. Looks like we got a good start from everybody here. Everybody will make their way into the corner right here. Very clean.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And the yellow is back out once again. What happened here? Let's see. It looks like Proctor's already going around. Let's rewind it a little bit. Cold tires. Everybody has to miss Christian Proctor. Proctor saves it. Looks like nobody got on the wall. Just everybody has to scatter right there. Nothing too crazy on that. Where is Proctor? Let's go look at Proctor, see exactly what had happened from him. As he went around. Oh, looks like Andy got loose. Jim checked up. Presley got in the back of him, and around he went. Look at Latham Joyner and Adrian Fernandez looking underneath them. One positive thing in all of this is for Shane King. Shane King looks like he will be back on the lead lap here. So Shane King will be on the lead lap. And there he goes. As he is not, unfortunately, in the Discord, so I cannot interview him, unfortunately. Would have been great to hear from him after this race. He's gone back on the lead lap after all this, so I'm sure he is very happy about that. So now he can maybe start making his way up through the field, as he's just been pretty much riding around in the back and just preserving his stuff. So I think it should be a good time for him to head to the front of the field now after all this. Working our 8th caution of the day. Working our 8th caution of the day here at Nashville. We have completed 77 laps here at Nashville Superspeedway of 113. It has been an eventful one with multiple cars caught up in multiple incidents and wrecks and spins and everything of the sort. I want to say, you know, it has been, like Dylan said earlier in his interview, is that it has been some odd cautions. You know, you've had Jim Thorndike, you know, where his steering went out and right into the wall and caused a wreck that way. You know, you had cars spinning the tires on the restart. You know, another one where, you know, somebody tried to jump it and gets bottled up in another restart wreck. You know, not really, you don't really see a lot of those where it takes out pretty much half the field. So it's it has definitely been an odd one for sure. It's something that is, you know, you can't really say that, you know, it's anybody's particular fault. You can't say it's the drivers being too aggressive, this and that. It's just some oddities out there, you know, and, you know, cold tires, people get loose and stuff. They're trying it. It's the end of the race. They don't want to lose positions. They want to stay as much as they can, you know, stay as high as they can. It's just one of those days, and, you know, it's just, that's really what it is. It's just one of those days. But hopefully we can get these last about 30 plus laps, 35 laps in. As he got teammates up on the front. Peyton Howe, Jacob Wilson, Brady Floyd, Jake Raven, Jeremy Gill up to 5th. Nick Raffini as we are coming to the Geico restart zone right here. Payne Howell lead him down.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag is in the air. Good restart by him. Good restart by Jacob Wilson. I guarantee you Payne Howell is counting him down there to get himself in front of Brady Floyd as they both do, working their way into turn 1. 1 and 2 they go. A little bit farther back, you got cars battling for position. Raffini and Higgs side by side. Drafty beef right there. 3 wide possibly, looks like. Now everybody just fanning out, trying to get the best run that they can as we are working lap 79, completing 79 of 113, as it will be 34 laps to go. Here it is down, getting to the nitty gritty of this race. Everybody trying to get a position to get a good finish here at Nashville. Cars fanning out. We got Kelly Acker going really high up off lane 1 and 2. So he is able to save it. Everybody looks like they're single filing out up near the front of the field, a little bit farther back. Got Latham Joyner stuck in some traffic as he's trying to make his way back up through the field. Up on the high side right there of Jim Thorndike and Andy Buser. Speaking of another driver trying to make his way back up, Dylan Canova, he has not made any headway comparative to Latham Joyner, as he's stuck right now in the back right now in 19th position, trying to make his way up to the front as safely as possible, as well as Chris Pierce is back here as well. We got Marty White sliding right there through 3 and 4. He's able to save it. Adrian Fernandez, who's back up on the lead lap, he's trying to make his way back up to the front. Up in 14th spot. Marty White way up the racetrack and brushes up the wall a little bit. Adrian Fernandez with a little bit of a blinking issue when you see the camera get stuck there. That means his car blinks a little bit. Latham Joyner already cracked the top 10. He's already up to 9th, looking for more under Nick Raffini. Top 3 are still the same. Top 5 are the same. Howell, Wilson, Floyd, Raven, and Gill. Major battle on track right now is Latham Joyner trying to work his way up through the field. Looks like Higgs is looking underneath Gill for that 5th position. Joyner gets around Beef as well. Put him up to 7th. Beef down to 8th. His way up. Let's take a look back at Canova. He's working his way up, and there goes Joshua King around.
Yellow.
Joshua King goes around. Let's see what had happened there. Andy gets into him, shoots his truck up the track. Kelly gets into him, Akron gets into him, and around he goes. Definitely not what he wants. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk to Joshua King right now.
Do anything wrong? I was on your outside. Where are you gonna go?
Hey Josh, this is George up in the booth. You got a coffee?
What's up, man?
Hey man. Obviously we just heard a little snippet of right there of you talking to your teammate Andy. It seems like you two are magnets for each other right now. What happened, man?
That didn't need to happen, dude. I mean, these guys that typically run in front, that act like they're part of some special club, they make mistakes, then they get in the back and they just decide to run over guys. I made a mistake earlier, owned up to it right away. This guy's saying, oh, I didn't do anything, but it's fine. That's the way the racing's been this season in this league. And nothing gets done about any of the big shots that have big heads and think they're better than everyone else. So it's not going to change. That's just how it's been all season. So
that's fair enough. Yeah, because it looks like Andy got up in the and then Kelly unfortunately tagged it, but Kelly had nowhere to go.
Yep.
How bad?
Andy had nowhere to go. I was on his outside. I asked him to stay low. And Dylan just, I guess, doesn't know how to lay off or doesn't know where the brake pedal is and was in too much of a hurry to get back to the front. So it is what it is. I'm pretty used to it by now. Every time I work my way up to midway through the pack, something happens, either my own doing or one of these hot shots that should probably be in the pros by the way they act. So we're getting used to it.
That's unfortunate, man. Hopefully you can repair your truck, maybe get back and try to maybe salvage a top 10 out of this.
Yeah, doubtful, but I appreciate it.
All right, man. We'll go like the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Joshua King right there. Not too thrilled on what is going on. Can't say I blame him. You know, not saying anybody was at the fault. I honestly don't know. You know, obviously I'm not driving or anything, but it's just unfortunate what happened as we had pit stops happen. Peyton Howe pit, Rob Higgs, JD Van Kirk, Marty White. It looks like they came down. Shane, Andy, Jim, and Kelly as well. Jacob Wilson will inherit the lead. Let's see if we can talk to Peyton Howe. Let's see if we can get him up on a radio. Hey Peyton, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Alright, man. Hey, what went into that strategy call to go down pit road? You went, but your teammate Jacob didn't.
6 wins on the season. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something different than everybody else, and make it. It's gonna be interesting. If it goes green, I think we have a shot at winning. I'm just scared about getting wrecked now that I'm back here.
That's fair. I mean, so does Jacob have enough to make it to the end, or does he have to pit one more time?
There's enough. Everybody who hit whenever ready for that big wreck can make it. But us going like 8 laps there, if it goes green, I'll switch over to the field here. If it's caution fest, I don't know if I'll get back to the front there.
That's fair. I was just curious on what went into your strategy call on you pitting and your teammate staying out.
Yep. I think that's the call for him to win the race.
Oh.
Is he had to stay out right there. So.
Okay. Well, good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully there's nothing too crazy going on and, you know, you can make it safely back up to the front.
Yep.
All right, so good luck. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
That's Peyton Howe, driver of the 152. Like you said, 6 wins on the season. That went into his decision making as to pitting right there, as he has his teammate Jacob Wilson up there, as well as Brady Floyd. Brady Floyd looking for his first win of the season. And you got Jeremy Gill, Jake Raven, both of them looking for their first win. You got Latham Joyner, who's worked his way back up to 6th. Or 5th, I'm sorry. Drafty Beef up in 6th. All these guys are looking for their first win of the season and trying to lock themselves into the playoffs here as we are getting down after this race. There's only 2 more to go, Phoenix and Michigan. And that will be it for the regular season, everybody.
Green flag.
And the green flag is back underway. 25 laps here to go. Jacob Wilson gets the jump over Brady Floyd. Jake Raven battling side by side with Brady Floyd hard, as these two know each other very well from season 1 of Top Tier. Heck, actually, the top 4 know each other very well. Honestly, the top 7 are all originals from season 1 of Top Tier. All of them looking for their first win of the season. Latham Joyner dives down underneath both of them. Looks like he's going to try to go for the pass. Raven got a little loose. Latham Joyner, Brady Floyd side by side for 2nd spot, as Jacob Wilson loves seeing it as he's starting to check away. Joyner clears him as he sets his sights on Wilson. Wilson with a nice little 0.7 of a second lead over Joyner. Can he track him down with 23 laps to go? As we have 23 laps to go. A little bit farther back right there, you got Pierce, Beef. You got Fernandez looking underneath Jeremy for the 5th position. Fernandez, who's had a nice recovery from going 1 lap down, being caught up in earlier incidents. And that's where he's up to 6 spot. That's a thing for anybody watching as the Canova's around.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Canova went around. We saw it on the top of our screen right there. We're battling Christian Proctor right there. Just slides up. Ooh, looks like netcode maybe. And it looks like Proctor's involved. Shane King got involved. Marty White was involved. What happened right there? Let's see if it was a little bit of netcode, because it not exactly 100% sure. Let's see. Working our way through 3 and 4 right here. Oh yeah, that is netcode 100%. 100% netcode. They just got into each other, and like the cars are blinking right now, and that's what happened right there. But 100% netcode right there. What a shame that was for Canova. As a caution flag is out once again. Ooh, looks like we're gonna have some cars coming down here pit road here. Oh, nope, psyched him out. Nope, they decided to stay out. Looked like for a second right there they may have dipped on a pit road, but no, they will stay out. But it looks like one truck is in. Drafty Beef is on pit road. Timothy Presley, Nick Raffini, Christian Proctor, Ryder White, and Dylan Canova, all of them on pit road getting their damage repaired. Yep. Canova may have used his fast repair there. I think that'll put Kenny Kuko back up on the lead lap. Yes, it will. Kenny Kuko back on the lead lap for him. That is good news for Kenny, as he had that earlier issue. Back up to the front is Wilson, Joyner, Floyd, Raven, and Gill. Raven, who had that incident earlier in the race when he got caught up in that wreck where it looked like Kelly did not go. Looks like he missed a shift or spun his tires. He is recovered very nicely, running up in the 4th position. JD Van Kirk, again, another one of those who was caught up in multiple incidents early. He's running up in the 9th position. So he's having a solid day after it started off a little rough for him. The same with Justin Waddell. Justin Waddell, who got caught up in the earlier incident as well. He's running up in the 8th position. Give a shout out to a couple of those guys as they are running up in the top 10 after having rough starts to their nights. It's good recoveries by both of them. Thorndike has recovered decently, not used to where we're seeing Jim. We're used to seeing Jim in the top 10, closer to the top 5, if not top 3. That's where he usually was in season 1. But again, he's been playing it safe after using his fast repair early, plus having steering wheel issues. Probably doesn't want to push it too hard and cause another wreck. You know, that's unfortunately not his fault. Again, mechanical issues, and that will be the case. So right now we got Drafty Beef right now, who made his pit stop. Same with Nick Raffini and Kenny Kuko, who's back on the lead lap. That should be good for him, as he's going to be working his way up. He was one of the front runners early in the day, running in the top 3, top 4 majority of the race. Guys are already single or double filed as they're going to come down to the 1 to go. One to go. We're working lap 96 of 113. 17 laps to go here at Nashville, as we have numerous drivers up front looking for their first win of the season, looking to try to lock themselves into this playoffs. Peyton Howe has made his way up to 9th place though, so he's going to be on the charge to get up to the front. Mention really quickly, it looks like there's 3 trucks out of the race. That's Aaron Brown, Anthony Hutchinson, Dylan Canova, and it looks like unfortunately Christian Proctor and Timothy Presley are also out of this race as well, as they're both sitting in pit road, probably getting some repairs done, but not exactly sure if they are out. Pace car is going to be pulling off here, as we are going to get them back under the green flag. Wilson leading them down. Joyner on his outside.
Green, green, green.
The green flag is back in the air. A little bit of a stack up right there. Wilson gets away. Floyd right there. Floyd was trying to go with them, unfortunately couldn't. Stacked up the field a little bit on that inside line, but looks like no harm, no foul. Everybody gets through it very cleanly. Just as I say, as Howe is up to 9th, he's already up to 6th through that first corner. As we are going to be coming down to 16 laps to go. Fernandez right there on the inside of Jake Raven, and look who's right there with him, Peyton Howe again. Howe looking underneath Raven for that 6th position. As I say that, he has already gotten around him. He's gotten around Fernandez for 4th. Put Peyton Howe up to 4th. The guy is on rails. Higgs looking underneath JD Van Kurt. Waddell looking underneath Pierce for position. Trying to keep that 7th spot. Fernandez is going to look back underneath Peyton Howe for position. For that 4th position. A little bit farther back in the field. Thorndike battling with JD Van Kirk, Andy Buse right there, Rob Higgs. They're battling for position for the nice spot. As one car's around. It is Justin Waddell. Waddell spinning, and there goes Van Kirk, and around they go, and Van Kirk looks like he was going to have a solid run, gets caught up in something else. Justin Waddell went around. Let's see what happened prior to that incident. Looks like he was battling Jeremy Gill for position. Looks like Gill may have just touched him a little bit and tried to save it, and it hits Van Kirk, and they go around. Gets hit by Dan Ames, unfortunately. Not sure if there was some netcode. We've been seeing a lot of netcode here today. I don't know if there was actually any netcode on that incident with Gill and Waddell. Let's take a look here. Nope, he got him just a little bit. He just touched him just ever so slightly. I know Gill, he's not that type of racer. He unfortunately just got into him. That is not what he wanted to do, as we are back underneath the caution. Tough day for Justin, as he was running well. Rebounded very nicely from the earlier incidents, and now it looks like his day is going to be done, or he's going to be limping it around for the rest of this race. Yeah, it looks like he jumps on pit road with Dan Ames and Joshua King. Those 3 trucks are on pit road getting serviced right now. King probably throwing on some new tires to run out the rest of this race, because what the heck. The other 2 are on there getting some damage repaired. Working lap 101 of 113. Like we'll probably get the green flag with about 10 laps to go. Let's take you down the running order right now with that restart looming. You got Jacob Wilson, Latham Joyner, Brady Floyd. All those three need a win. Rookie's in fourth. Peyton Howe. I wonder if he is going to try to get around both Floyd and Joyner and sit behind Wilson there to block for him to try to get himself locked into the playoffs. Got Adrian Fernandez in 5th position. Jake Raven in 6th. Chris Pierce 7th. Jeremy Gill, who has a little bit of nose damage from that, in 8th. Rob Higgs in 9th. Jim Thorndike will round out your top 10. Andy Buser in 11th. Shane King, what a rebound for him, in 12th. Kelly Akron running 13th. Drafty Beef in 14th. Kenny Kuko has made his way up to 15th already after getting that lucky dog last time. Nick Raffini in 16th. JD Van Kirk in 17th. Has some damage there, but unfortunately probably not enough for him to get anything to repair. And unfortunately he's probably just wanting this race to be over after the day he's had, unfortunately. Yeah, Justin Waddell, who just came off of pit road, getting his truck repaired the best he can, as well as Dan Ames. And then Joshua King is out there too, getting his truck repaired from the earlier damage. Marty White out there running right now in 21st. Timothy Presley is back on track, able to run some laps. Trying to maybe see if he could pick up a couple spots or two if somebody drops out here late in the race, as he's running 22nd. Got Christian Proctor that is still on the pit road with that heavily damaged truck. Got Dylan Canova, who is out in 24th. Anthony Hutchison in 25th. And Aaron Brown in 26th. He will round out the field for today. It looks like we'll be coming to 1 to go here. And yes, the lights are off on the pace truck as we are going to get the green flag with about 9 laps to go. We see Peyton Howe try to get around all 3 of these trucks and pick up win number 7 on the season, or will he try to just get around Floyd and Joyner and sit behind his teammate Jacob Wilson so Jacob can grab the win and move himself into a playoff position by locking himself in? We will find out in about 9 laps here. Pace car going to be pulling off here. Everybody's going to be bunching up right now. Wilson leading him down to the Geico restart zone.
Green flag, green
And
flag.
green flag is back in the air as he gets a great jump over everybody right there. Latham Joyner on the high side. You got Brady Floyd hanging tough on the low side. Floyd trying to get around Joyner for position number 2 as they're side by side off the corner as the high side gets the run down the back straightaway. Floyd's going to have to settle into the 4th position right there. And Howe up to 3rd. What is he gonna do as they come down to 8 laps to go? 8 to go here at Nashville. Floyd right there getting, or not Floyd, Howe bumping Joyner just a little bit.
Yellow.
And a yellow flag is out once again. Let's see what happened here. That is not exactly what it was. Let's see. Oh, Kelly Akron just could not hold it on the bottom, and he just comes right up in front of JD. Justin Waddell just plows right into him. What? That is not... Ooh. Ooh. I'm sure JD is not thrilled on that one. Let's get a word with him. Hey JD, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Looks like Kelly just kind of came back up on track.
Yep, it's pretty much ended my race.
Yeah, I see your truck right now just basically sideways and
Yeah.
just trying to go straight. But yeah, that is obviously not the day you were looking for, especially trying to get in the top 12 in points.
Definitely not. That's all right though. We still got a little ways to go. We'll see what happens.
Well, we only got 2 races to go, man. That's all we got is Phoenix and Michigan, and that's it for the regular season. So, but I mean, what did it look like from your point of view? Just Kelly just lost it trying to get back up on track, or what?
I'm not sure how he exactly ended up down on the apron, but yeah, it looked like he just came straight back up on track. At least that's what it looked like from my point of view. I don't know what happened.
Gotcha, man. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully, you have some better luck at Phoenix next week. I know in Top Tier Season 1, you didn't have the best of luck there, from what I recall. So hopefully your luck will change there next week.
Well, here's hoping. We'll see what happens.
All right, man. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
All right, take care.
That was JD Van Kirk. Unfortunately, not the day he was looking for. And I recall what happened in Season 1 is that he was caught up in like wrecks early on from the jump at Phoenix and basically spent majority of the race on pit road repairing it, got it repaired, and went back out there and was just numerous laps down. And he was in the playoffs at the time, so unfortunately, hopefully we'll have a little bit better luck as we go to Phoenix next week. We shall see what happens, as looks like there is 6 laps to go here. Jacob Wilson, your leader. Latham Joyner in second. Peyton Howe in third, right behind him. We shall see what happens as they're going to come around and probably get 2 laps to go for the caution, as is 5 laps to go in the race. So we'll get a 3-lap shootout here to end this race. And speaking of the points, JD was on the outside, like I said, looking in. He was in the 13th spot. And we got Rob Higgs, who's in 12th, running in the 10th spot. So he's having a solid day so far. Another driver that is on the inside is Kenny Kuko. He's in 15th right now, trying to recover from an earlier incident. So he is trying to work his way back up. Jake Raven in 10th. He's having a solid day, running in the 6th position. And then Nick Graffini in 9th. These are the bubble drivers. He is running in 14th position. The guys on the outside, Joshua King, the other one on the outside looking in, he's had a rough day of it, running in 16th position. Not too bad. Hopefully you can pick up a couple more spots for him. Another driver that has had another hard day is Justin Waddell. He had a good recovery and unfortunately went back. So unfortunately he's had a little bit of a rough day after that last incident, and that's going to hurt his chances going into these final 2 races. Jeremy Gill is in 16th. Jim Thorndike's in 16th. Jeremy Gill is in 17th. And right now, Jeremy running in the 7th position, Jim running in the 9th position. So both of them are having solid days that they need to try to get some of these points on some of these guys, especially Kenny Kuko, who was sitting 12th, essentially. So they're going to be gaining some ground on him as we are going to be heading into these final 2 races of the regular season. Right now, as we got the 1 to go, they'll be coming around and get the green flag with 3 laps to go. This will not be a green-white checkered attempt. It's going to be under regulation time, 113 laps. It's going to be a 3-lap shootout. What will Peyton Howe do? Will he try to go for his 7th win of the season, or will he stick behind his teammate Jacob Wilson and get himself locked in? Obviously, you got Latham Joyner and Brady Floyd, 2 very capable drivers for Kuko Motorsports and Adra Esports, respectively. They're both right there. Both have wins, and they are going to be looking to try to lock themselves into the playoffs. You got Adrian Fernandez, who's had a heck of a day rebounding, and with Jake Raven in 6th. A lot of stories right up there, a lot of different races. Let's see what happens for these final 3 laps. Wilson leading them down. Green flag in the air, and of course, who is right on his back bumper? Howe. You knew he counted him down as they would move right up.
Yellow.
Man, the yellow flag is out again. Andy Buser looks like he is the one that's involved with Shane King, and we are going to... Ooh. Whoa. That was very odd. Very odd indeed. It just looked like his truck hooked right. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. He just hooked left and fortunately hit 3 of his teammates pinballing around right there. What? That... What the... That was... Okay, we got to get Andy on this because this is just... Andy, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yep, I got you.
What happened? Looks like you just hooked left.
Yeah, I went to shift in the third and caught first on accident.
Ah, okay, well that explains it. Yeah, because you just were going and then you just hooked left and unfortunately hit 3 of your teammates.
Yeah, that was awful. I totally did not even mean that. I was just going like normal and accidentally, instead of putting it in the third, got in the first.
That unfortunately does happen and stuff, and that's an oddity. I know that's something you don't want to do is take out your other 3 teammates
Definitely
in this
not. I don't want
race.
to take out anybody. I'm not looking
of
to take
course.
out anybody.
Well, yeah, I know, of
But,
course, but I mean, your 3
yeah.
teammates is the obviously at the top of that list. So, but yeah, I was just curious on what happened because you just hooked straight left.
Yeah, not good luck for us tonight. Sorry to the boys for really letting them down there.
It happens, man. I'm sure that, you know, mistakes happen. I know it's been a rough one for other people too, so you're not alone, and I know a lot of people are ready to get out of Nashville.
Oh, definitely.
All right, man. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
That was Andy. I know he's not the only one that's out there right now that is looking to get out of this place. As now we're going to be under the green-white checker. As it is going to be Wilson and Al. I wonder how they are going to do this now. This is going to be a curious one. They got what they wanted. They got them right there, 1 and 2. But now how are they going to keep it on this green-white checker finish? As we are under caution once again for Andy, unfortunately missing a shifting down into first from second instead of up to third, hitting 3 of his teammates, Joshua King, Drafty Beef, and Shane King, who had a good rebound of a day. It has not gone their way thus far, unfortunately. And this is one thing I want to highlight right now too, is that Presley's out here running with a damaged car. He was back in 22nd. He has picked up 2 spots. So that's 2 spots. That's more points he gathered by just coming out here and running these last 2 laps. Unfortunately for JD, Van Kirk, and Justin Waddell, you know, obviously that's something that they want to do. But by him coming back out and just running, he came out with I think 15 to go. You know, not a lot of laps left. But here he is. He moved up into the top 20 now because of it. Picked up some more points. So that's the thing. For anybody out there that races, you know, thinking about iRacing or anything, is get back out there if your vehicle runs. Get back out there, and you never know how many spots you can pick up. as we are going to be coming to the green flag here for this green-white checkered finish. Next flag ends the race, as this is going to be a start right here as Joyner getting his tires a little warmed up to try to get that launch that he's going to need.
Green flag.
And green flag is in the air. Does he gets a good enough launch? Is he going to be enough to stick on the inside of Peyton Howe? It does not look like it's going to be enough for him to stick, as it's going to be Jacob Wilson leading them off into turn one. Howe on the high side. Howe is going to back off, and looks like he's just going to move down right in front of him. No, as I say that, oh, he's right back up front. Got one car going around down there on the inside over there. You got Joyner looking underneath Howe right now, as he's going to get in the back of Wilson. He's going to get back of Wilson. Both trucks go up the hill. Howe into the wall. Joyner underneath. He's looking underneath Wilson for the lead. Fernandez is going around. He's in front of him. 1 lap to go. Joyner in the lead. Wilson in second. Brady Floyd in third. Howe drops down to the 4th position. It looks like it's going to be between Joyner and Wilson. It is... Caution is out, actually. Caution is out. So the caution got thrown. Pace car is out and is coming down to the line. It will be Latham Joyner taking the win. Joyner taking himself. Looks like everybody's trying to sort themselves out behind, but it looks like Latham Joyner is going to be your winner. Latham Joyner takes a win. Jacob Wilson, Brady Floyd, 1, 2, and 3. What an ending to that race. Let's go ahead and take a quick look back at that craziness to end that race. Howe moved up in front of him as he got Joyner right there in the 3rd spot. Gets in the back, just drives it in there, shoves Howe up the hill. Wilson right there underneath him. Coming down right there, nowhere for him to go. As it is going to be, that is how they're going to run. It's going to be Joyner, Wilson, and Floyd, 1, 2, and 3. And you got Latham Joyner burning it down here on the front stretch. He will take his first win of season 2 here at Nashville. What a ending here at Nashville, as we got ourselves a new winner in Latham Joyner. What an ending here. That was some craziness. What? Honestly, I would expect nothing less. The way this race went, I would expect nothing less on how this race was going for him to get that victory. For the way it was, I mean, it was just the cherry on the top of this race, of all the oddities that had happened in this race and everything of the sort. So it is definitely the ending that we were expecting, in a sense. Actually, it's... There we go. let's pull our race winner in. Hey, Latham, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. What a race. What an ending. Got that victory. Locked yourselves in the playoffs. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling, obviously pretty good. Definitely hate to do it that way because obviously I expect it back now. 100%. I will completely understand it whenever I get it back. I hate it to win it that way, but I had to, two teammates up front counting each other down. I had to do something, set them up for the restart because I knew they were going to race each other. Got the best run I've had all day out of turn one and really drove off in there. And my goal was to definitely hit him. I definitely hit him way harder than I meant to. I rolled it off in there really well. And then I actually, right before I hit him, started slamming the brake because I figured we were going to wreck. Because I just completely misjudged what I was doing there. Did not mean to hit him that hard or anything. Wanted to literally get him loose, move him up to Peyton, shoot the bottom. That was my goal. Not, running Peyton in the wall or anything like that. But really just trying to have different winners for you, put on entertainment, do all that type stuff. That had to be, we had all these yellows. There was a lot of boring stuff going on. So I had to add some excitement to the end of the race. So I tried my best. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely added a lot of excitement at the end. The only thing that kind of caught me was I didn't realize the yellow was out. I thought you guys had taken the white and you were going to race around. So that kind of threw me off a little bit, but I was going to be an exciting last lap between you and him as well as Brady. Brady was right there as well. So that would have been a heck of a run for you guys.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it was going to be wild because I knew I had to clear him, which I barely did as the yellow came out. And I figured, hey, I got to run the top. I was not going to go to the bottom in 1 and 2 because I knew he was going to drive off in there and he was going to give it right back to me, which I would have expected. And, Brady was there to pick up the scraps because we were about to get into it, I figured, going off into turn one. So it was really, used up probably all my luck right there for the season. So we'll see how the rest of it goes.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, you got the win. You move on. At least you know that, what could be coming back to you. We'll see what happens. But, glad you got yourself locked in, I'm sure. And anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, definitely want to thank Elite's Cuts by Josh Evans, Premier Racing Chassis, Excalibur Racing Engines, and Lowe's for all they do for me.
Well, that's awesome, sir. Well, congratulations on your win. I know it locks you in, and now you can kind of rest easy for these next 2 races and move on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. You have a good one. That is your winner. Anybody else coming to the thing? We got Jacob Wilson as your 2nd place finisher. There he is. Hey, Jacob, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. 2nd spot. Definitely not what you were hoping for, especially on that last restart. Walk me through it.
Well, we got a pretty good. Well, the first thing is we had way too many cautions there at the end, and I nailed the restarts every time. We went down in there. I cleared Peyton. Me and him were going to race it out. Fair and square. There's no team orders or anything like that. And we got plowed through. Simple as that. Not very pleased with that because that's not how I race people, and I wouldn't have done that if roles were reversed. But we'll remember that. And it's still a long season to go here, but it was a great race. I'm proud of all revved up. We've done very well this season, and it's kind of a testament that they have to run through us to beat us. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that, to be honest with you.
All right, well, I know if you actually go back, I mean, I'll give you the rundown of his interview. You can obviously listen to it for yourself. It was definitely not his intention. He didn't mean to run into you guys that hard. He meant to just get in the back, rattle your cage a little bit, but he expects it back, so he knows what's coming, so he understands it, and, yeah, it's unfortunate that's, how it ended, but, I mean, you're still sitting in a great spot for the playoffs coming up, 2 more races to go. So you're obviously very fast. You had a fast truck tonight.
So, yeah, I know too many cautions as well, that, but it was a lot of oddity cautions too. There's a lot of oddity cautions. So,
Yeah, no, we're in great shape for the playoffs. I mean, I'm not too worried about that. We'll be there. But it's frustrating when you race everybody clean and you kind of get the short end of the stick when you're too nice, I guess. But
no, I feel you. I've been there before and I know the feeling, man. But, well, I mean, good run, setting yourself up for good momentum heading into the playoffs. Anybody you'd like to thank?
yes, sir. And especially since this is our first podium of the season here in Top Tier. But Circle W Farms, Floors by Dennis, Victory Fuel, Premier Racing Setups, everybody at Revved Up, and everybody that helps me out. I couldn't do a lot of this without Peyton and Dylan. We all work hard. We work hard as a team. We win as a team and we lose as a team. So, we've got a great season going, and I just want to thank everybody that supports us, everybody watches the broadcast and all that. But thank you guys.
All right, sir. Well, good race nonetheless. Hopefully you bounce back next week at Phoenix.
Yep, we led 51 laps there last season, so we're looking for another win.
Yep, definitely. You had a great race there last season, man. But that was Xfinity. This is the trucks, man. Different animal.
Oh yes, and I've found that out. But I think we're starting to turn the page a little bit. Last 2 weeks have been, we've been up front, so
yeah, definitely.
We're looking to keep that up.
All righty, sir. Well, good luck next week, and maybe we'll be talking to you again as a winner.
Hope so. Thank you, guys.
Yep. As Jacob Wilson, your second place finisher. We do not have our third place finisher. We'll move on to the 11th place finisher, who rounded pretty nicely. Kenny, this is George up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, man. Finished 11th. Definitely not where you're running at the beginning. What happened? I think I missed it with the cautions and other stuff going on. Like, I saw you go like a few laps down.
Yeah, so that one caution on that one restart, I got into the back of Latham because we went thinking the leaders were going and had to check up, and I rear-ended him, and then when Dylan came across track, it killed both the left and right front, so I had zero steering, so I had to park it in turn one and tow back for 3.5 minutes. Went 2 laps down. Real unfortunate with the amount of cautions we had, but got back on the lead lap and was able to go from 24th to 11th. But I guess a decent day for what all happened. It's cool to see a Kukui Motorsports truck end up in victory lane. It's been a while, but still a little disappointed. That was a pretty bad race from pretty much everybody. We way too many wrecks.
Yeah, definitely. And there's some oddities out there too. We had Jim with his steering issue where he just hooked right. He had a missed shift, another incident. So there's a couple oddities out there and then there's a couple net codes that I saw as well, that people weren't even close to each other and got turned. So odd race for sure, but yes, there's some other stuff that was definitely avoidable. I'm sure you guys are going to go look back on that and see what happens. But
we got quite a bit to review, but probably won't be doing that till tomorrow, just because it's already late and there was quite a bit. I lost track of how many cautions there were, but we'll get everything looked at, and I guess for me it's a solid recovery, and will at least keep me still in 11th in points at minimum. So still in a playoff spot, and try to have a solid 2 last races before the playoffs start.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was saying, you rebounded very nicely and, close to the top 10, but definitely have the speed to run up front. You just can't shake this bad luck off of you. It happened in season 1 and it's kind of coming around in season 2 too.
Yeah, it's been rough. Definitely not, the point standings for me don't represent where I've been running all season, but just stuff like this happens, and I'll get a tore up truck or two. So yeah, we're surviving. We're heads above water right now. So
oh, that's all that matters. Anybody you like to thank, sir?
No, I mean, just my partners, JD and Drafty, H&W Electrical with Anthony Hutchison. He's been huge, being the title sponsor with these last 2 seasons. You and Josh for putting the broadcast on, and everyone who shows up to this every week.
All righty, sir. Well, good luck at your home track in Phoenix next week. You are sponsoring that race, so Should be a
Yep,
good
and we'll
one.
be throwing some throwbacks together. I'll be driving a throwback to my grandma's 97 Super Late model, so it'll be fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Can't wait to see that on track.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for all you do, and we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. See ya.
That was Kenny right there. Looks like we will not have our third place finisher as well as the other interview that I had lined up for us. Unfortunately, it does not look like. Yep. So yeah, it looks like we will not have our third place finisher, Brady Floyd, unfortunately. Was hoping to get him in here as well. But yeah, so Brady Floyd finishing third, his first podium of the season. Was looking forward to talking to him after his good day. But yeah, third place for the Adria Esports number 20. Solid run for him. And that is gonna do it for us here at at Nashville. Excuse me. At Nashville. Jatham Joyner with the race win, Jacob Wilson in second, Brady Floyd in third, Peyton Howe fourth, Chris Pierce fifth, Jake Raven in sixth, Jeremy Gill in seventh, Jim Thorndike in eighth, Rob Higgs in ninth, and Nick Ruffini will round out your top 10. And that's going to do it here for us at Nashville. We appreciate you tuning in to the Royalty Racing Network, and we will see you next week at Phoenix.